What is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade coming to y'all with that instant basketball analysis on Analysis Playground exclusively there on YouTube. I'm going live on there to give y'all this playoff edition. And we're going to talk about the Minnesota Timberwolves. They played some good basketball early on again. And then after that, it was just a master class of defense and scoring the basketball at a high level. Like I said, Anthony Edwards, he did respond in this game going for 30 plus, but the defense was the difference. The Minnesota defense isn't bad. It's just the Oklahoma City Thunder defense is just so much better. And they just have so much versatility and so many athletes and so many bodies that cannot just play defense, but they also can score and space the floor and make shots on the perimeter and put the ball on the floor and get easy opportunities or turn you over and get easy opportunities that way too. And it's just overwhelming and being a little bit too much for the Minnesota Timberwolves. And it's been hard for them to figure out how to attack them consistently throughout 4 quarters to be able to beat them and win a game. Now, obviously, the Thunder have been doing what they're supposed to do because their goal is to win the game. Their goal is to win as comfortably as they can. And they ended up doing that by showing that they're the better team. I knew that it was the better team. Their record showed they're the better team, especially because they're healthy still. And man, the Thunder just have that A level, and it seems like the Timberwolves is at a B level. It looks like the Timberwolves is just missing another player, while the Thunder have everything that they need to be able to beat anybody in a 7-game series. The question will be now, who can beat the Thunder 4 times with the team that's left and remaining? And like I said before, I just don't see no team that's going to be able to beat them. The Thunder, if they stay healthy throughout the playoffs, this is their championship to lose. But they still have to earn it. They still have to put in their work. They still have to grind it out and get it done. And we have to see how things play out. But the Thunder, for people that don't know, they won this game 118-103. The Timberwolves figured some things out, and some things did help and go their way. They had trouble stopping Shea, even though they got him in foul trouble too. Fouling them out didn't really work, but they actually got him in some tricky situations. But I will say the Thunder really started the game off the right way. 29-25, you probably wanted to hold them to less points, but they are a great team, so they're going to figure things out and make it competitive. But they also won that second quarter 29-25 again. And then they just cut them open in that third quarter 35-21. And that was basically just game at that point. They were just holding on to the lead just to be able to win. Although they did lose the fourth quarter 32-25, it didn't make up enough difference. They didn't go on a big enough run to be a big threat to the Thunder. Although they did outscore them in the fourth, it never was really close anyway. And the Timberwolves played a real short rotation. And if I had to be honest, I would agree with a lot of the things that they did, because the bench did play better this game compared to game one. The problem was Julius Randle. 32 minutes played, 2 of 11 from the field. He was 0 of 3 from the three-point line, 2 of 2 from the free throw line. He only had 6 points. That just can't happen if they're going to beat the Oklahoma City Thunder. He did have 5 rebounds, 3 of them was offensive, 5 assists, 1 steal, 4 turnovers, 2 personal fouls. He was a minus 15 and plus minus. Just a terrible game. And he had some good looks. Some other looks he had to work for. That's what the defense is supposed to do. And his jump shot just wasn't where it needed to be. His balance when he was trying to score, his body control wasn't where it needed to be able to finish off the plays that he was getting and the shots that he was trying to take. Other than that, Jaden McDaniel had a bounce back game. He played 34 minutes. He was 8 of 15 from the field, 4 of 8 from 3, 2 of 2 from the free throw line. He ended up having 22 points, 2 rebounds, 1 of them was offensive, with 3 blocks, a turnover, and 5 personal fouls. He got in foul trouble with guarding Shea. It was tough. It was hard. He knew it would be. And he ended up just getting frustrated because like, this dude keep doing the same thing. I know it's coming. I know what I need to do, but he's just so great at doing it that I can't do nothing but foul him or try to find a way to make it as difficult as I can. And it didn't really matter tonight, unfortunately, but at least he brought it offensively. And they needed his offense to be able to hang around in this game, and he was able to deliver on that front. But other than that, Rudy Gobert played 30 minutes, 2 of 5 from the field, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. He did get 9 boards and 4 of them was offensive, which was much needed, but it ended up not doing much because he couldn't really capitalize off those opportunities, and he didn't really get to the free throw line a bunch anyway. He did have an assist and a block, 2 personal fouls. He's a -9 and plus minus. He finished with single digits with 5 points. He has to play better. He has to do more if they're going to win this series, but I just don't know if he realistically can do it at this point. Mike Conley, like I said, he's going to have to get double figures. He didn't do that tonight. He played 27 minutes and went 1 of 6 from the field and 1 of 4 from 3, and he attempted no free throws. That just can't happen. Like, he has to attempt more shots. He has to try to make more plays. They need him, and that's why they played him 27 minutes and just didn't get enough out of him. 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 turnover, 2 personal fouls, a plus 15 and plus minus. He ended up having 3 points. And then Anthony Edwards, big night for him. The problem was the 3-point shooting. He took a lot of them like he'd been doing the entire season. He just missed majority of them. He went 1 of 9 from 3, 12 of 26 from the field, and he was 7 of 10 from the free throw line. He also had 6 assists and 9 boards, which was good that he was able to find some success in other areas. The other great part about him, he didn't foul that much. He only had 1 personal foul, and he only had 0 turnovers. That was really good to see. That was the best part of his game, was that they needed him, and he was able to get them a lot of points, but he also didn't cost the team a lot besides missing threes. And we all know lone threes can lead to rebounds that can turn into transition that can end up hurting you. So that's another problem with taking long threes, which he ended up doing a lot throughout this game. He ended up being also a -20 and plus minus, and the 32 points was great, but he did still get outscored by Shea, a player that he did guard throughout the game. And he didn't really have too much success, honestly. He didn't do terrible defensively, is not what I'm going to say, but Shea still got his numbers. He still got the shots that he wanted. He still took the shots he felt comfortable with. And you got to get him out of those comfort spots if you really want to be able to make it difficult. But like I said, Anthony Edwards, that 3-point shot, he has some good looks. He has some forced looks, but you got to make more than 1 out of 9. And that's just common sense. Nas Reed, 3 of 8 from the field, 0 of 5 from 3, 4 of 6 from the free throw line. He did get 8 rebounds, and 1 of them was offensive with a steal and 2 blocks, 2 turnovers, 3 personal fouls. He was a -6 and plus minus. I like what he did in this game. He just couldn't make the threes, and that really hurted his overall field goal percentage. It hurted how his impact was on this team because he did a lot of things right in this game, and he played real hard this game. You can tell that he really wanted to contribute as much as he can when he came in, and he did play the most minutes off the bench. But, he has just been, and if I'm a Thunder fan, I'm happy with him shooting a 3. He's not having problems getting them off. He just way off on a lot of them. And if he's going to continue to shoot them, I'd rather him do that than make a hook shot or a dunk or a free throw. And if they're going to leave him open and dare him to shoot him, and he's going to have this type of result back-to-back games, I'm just going to continue to do that for the rest of the series and just try to close out to the best of my ability without fouling. And we'll just live with him chucking threes. You can say the same thing about Dante DiVincenzo and Nickeil. DiVincenzo played 22 minutes. He was 3 of 8 from the field. This time he didn't take as many threes. He only took 6 of them, but he only made 2 and he got no free throws. So he finished with 8 points. He didn't get in double figures tonight. He did have 3 rebounds. 1 of them was offensive with 3 assists, 4 turnovers, 2 personal fouls. He was a -27 and plus minus, which was the worst on the court. But I like that he got the shots that he needed. His confidence was where it needed to be. His shot selection was decent. He did keep the ball moving. He did find guys when he had the ball, and he did rebound at a decent level for the position that he played in the minutes that he played in the lineup that was out there he was with. But I just feel like if he's not making shots, you can be in trouble, especially when he keep hoisting up the threes and he has to keep the defense honest. They're playing the pick your poison type of brand of basketball, which every team really does. And him and Nas Reed just couldn't make enough threes to hurt the Oklahoma City defense for leaving them open. Even if they didn't, they still was taking them anyway. Even in the first game, it just gave them a different result because they didn't take as many tonight, but they still have to make more if they're going to continue to settle for the 3, which is the hardest shot in the game besides a half court shot, obviously. Nickeil Alexander-Walker, 24 minutes, 5 of 8 from the field, 3 of 4 from 3, 4 of 4 from the free throw line. He led the entire bench with 17 points. I'm not really surprised that he had a game like this. Like I said in the preview, they're going to leave him open. He's going to be a beneficiary of that. And then it's just about when you're open, make the right play or make the right shot. 2 assists, 2 rebounds, one of them being offensive. He did have 2 turnovers and 3 personal fouls. That's kind of a lot in 24 minutes. But he was a -5 and plus minus. But if he's giving you double figures and he's not hurting you offensively and he's still competing defensively, like Nas Reed kind of did, you're going to take that over whatever anybody else can give you. And that's why it was only 3 guys tonight that played off the bench. And that was it for their rotation. 36 of 87, 41% from the field, 11 of 39, 28% from 3, 20 of 26, 76% from the free throw line, 13 offensive rebounds, 41 total, 20 assists, 2 steals, 7 blocks, 14 turnovers, and 20 personal fouls. They committed too many personal fouls, in my opinion, and they also couldn't make the threes that they took, even if they was open. And that's been one of the problems that they have had so far with the Oklahoma City Thunder. Not only is they turning the ball over, they also are getting blocked, and they also are taking threes that they're not making at enough of a high level to be able to score on the Thunder, who is having easier opportunities to score on them. You can blame their defense and their ability to feel a little bit like they're giving up a little bit. They feel like the Thunder are just coming at them and coming at them, and they just getting frustrated, and they're just not holding their heads high enough to think that they can still win it. They might still be out on the court making it look that way, but the Minnesota Timberwolves kind of look defeated in this game, and it was early on, in my personal opinion. But Chet Fetch Holmgren played 31 minutes. He was 8 of 17 from the field, 1 of 6 from 3, 5 of 6 from the free throw line. If he can stay near the paint and make those dunks and make his free throws, which he kind of did tonight, like I said, he went 5 of 6. But the 3-point shot, I don't mind him taking 6 a game. We're going to see if he can continue to make them. He only made 1 tonight, but I know he's going to continue to take them, especially because they're giving him a little bit of room before he takes them. So it's kind of like a practice shot, but it's just not falling for him right now. But the dribble, back you down a little bit, use my length to finish over you, or finish with a dunk or a putback, that's something that he has to continue to do if he wants the easy opportunities too. You got to work for him. Nobody's going to give you nothing easy in the playoffs. He's understanding that, but I still like what he's doing. Like I said, he's not the most efficient big, and I think it's something that he can work on this offseason, just picking better shots, using that length a little bit better, and just being smarter with the IQ of how to use your feet and positioning to be able to score a little bit more efficiently in the paint and on the perimeter. And like I said, he's already above average for a big in some of those areas, but it is another way he can do it and add more moves, so that way he's more confident when he's near the rim or close by it. Four rebounds, 1 of them was offensive, 2 assists, 3 turnovers, 2 personal fouls. He was a +8 and plus minus and finished with 22, which was really good to see. Jalen Williams did it again, 39 minutes, 12 of 20, getting to the rack, finishing, knocking down threes. He was able to get a lot of blow-bys too, but he only took 1 free throw, and he did miss it, but he did get a double-double, 26 points, 10 boards, 1 of them being offensive with 5 assists and a steal, 1 personal foul. He was a +17 and plus minus. I love what he did, man. He really can slow down the game. He can get the shots that he wants, and he usually does. Like I said, sometimes you do get where you want to be at on the court, and now it's just about you doing your part by putting it in the basket. He didn't do no different. It just the shots was falling tonight for him. And he did continue to make it tough to blow past him and made it tough to be able to score on him. And that's what you like to see. Hardenstein played 27 minutes. He was 3 of 5 from the field. He did have 8 rebounds, and 2 of them was offensive with 2 assists and a block and a turnover. He also had 4 personal fouls. He was a +2 and plus minus. He ended up finishing with 6 points. As long as he's rebounding and knocking down his shots and setting good screens, you're happy with what he does. Like I said, he's not a great scorer. He's not out there for that reason. But if he can make a shot, or he's open, or he's in the dunker spot, you're cool with whatever he does. when there's an easy opportunity and he takes advantage of it. Other than that, he's just out there to be a big body to make things easier for his teammates, and he did that tonight. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, 41 minutes, the most on the team tonight. They needed him, and as a franchise player, he delivered again. 12 of 21 from the field, efficient. 1 or 2 from 3, didn't live by it or die by it because he didn't take enough of them. But he got to that free throw line. They call him a foul hunter now. 13 of 15 from the free throw line. That's really good way to eat and really good way to keep the best players off the court. And that's what you have to do. It just makes it more easier for you to be able to create some distance and get some confidence. And that's what he ended up doing throughout this entire game. But he didn't just score. He set his teammates up with 8 assists. He also had 3 rebounds, 3 steals. That was really good to see too. And he also had a turnover. He had 5 personal fouls. Like I said in the beginning, that's the worst part of his night. Other than that, he was a plus 25 and plus minus that had the most points in the game for either team with 38. And Dort did what he was supposed to do. Congratulations on your all defensive team, the first of his career. Same with Jalen Williams. Congratulations to him too. 3 of 9 from the field, 2 of 7 from 3, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. He did have 8 rebounds, and 2 of them was offensive with 4 assists and 2 steals. He had 2 personal fouls. He was a plus 28 and plus minus. He finished with 9. Of course, he didn't get in single digits double digits. Most of the time he doesn't. But you like the fact that he rebounded at a high level, was in the right areas at the right time, kept the ball moving and kept pushing the ball when he had it, and just went out there and put his body on the line and try to get as many deflections, steals, and just try to use his strength and toughness to stay in front of guys that made him fight to be able to get a shot that they actually wanted. And that's why he's a great defender in this league. Kenrich Williams, 2 minutes, 0-1 from the field. It was a 3. He missed it. 1 rebound, minus 2 and plus minus. He finished with no points. Alex Caruso been the biggest X factor besides Hardenstein, and that's why they picked both of them up because they needed both of them. 24 minutes, 4 or 7 from the field, 1 or 3 from the 3-point line, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, 1 turnover. He did foul out, unfortunately, but they was up so much it didn't matter that much. -5 and plus minus. He finished with 9. He didn't get in double figures. Isaiah Joe didn't play as much as he did the first game, but he played 3 minutes. He made a 3. He missed a 3. That was his only attempt. 1 rebound, 1 assist, 1 block. He ended up having 0 points. Same with Aaron Wiggins. He took some shots, 0 of 2, but he also went 0 of 1 from 3, no free throws, so he finished with 0 points. But he did get 2 boards. One of them was offensive with 2 assists. He also had 1 personal foul. He was a -9 and plus minus. He finished with 10 minutes played. And then Cason Wallace did a good job of scoring the basketball, went 3 of 7 from the field, 2 of 6 from 3. He did get 3 rebounds and 2 of them was offensive with 4 assists, a steal, and a block. He also had 1 personal foul. He ended up being a +9 and plus minus. He finished with 8 points. There was only 2 guys that scored a point or more off the bench tonight, but other guys was able to do a little bit of things besides that. And I guess you got to take that too, because other things to do besides score, even though that's the most important thing you can do besides playing great defense, which they did at a certain extent throughout this game. Other than that, the rest of the guys didn't play coach's decision. 45 of 50% from the field again. The problem this game was 9 of 33, 27% from 3, but it didn't matter that much because they was able to score so good at the 2-point line. And then they went 19 of 24, 79% from the free throw line, 9 offensive rebounds, 42 total. They did barely win the rebound battle. They won the assist battle by 10 because they had 30. 9 steals, 3 blocks. They ended up winning the steals battle, lost the block battle. They ended up having way less turnovers because they only had 6 as a team, and they did have more personal fouls committed, even though they shot 2 less free throws with 22. And it ended up being the game where Minnesota got to look at it like, man, what can we really do in the next game to give more competition and be more competitive to be able to have a chance to actually beat the Thunder, because the Thunder, man, is really all on them. They're really swarming. They're really everywhere, and they just making it real difficult for them to get any type of flow that's needed to be a great offensive team and to really stay ahead and really make quality shots and just generate good shots in general. and the Thunder just been all over them and just really been stopping it and really just been getting up in them and making them work for everything, even the passes, even just trying to dribble has just been tough and brutal for obviously the Minnesota Timberwolves. So they have to find some type of way to be able to get some quality looks. And when they get them, they have to make them because they're coming few and far between. And that's just one of the biggest problems that they're having is just not having enough offensive punch to hang with the Thunder. And if they're not going to punish them with the three, then they don't really have no option because they're struggling to just get anything, in general. So the threes are there and they just can't make them, even if they're open. So that's been a big problem with their offense and their defense. Nothing you can do. Like if teammates coming at you, you just try to keep your hands away. You keep trying to bump them. The problem with that is you don't want them to score. So it's always going to make you a little bit mentally undisciplined. Like I'm kind of like Jaden McDaniels did. I'm kind of tired of you blowing past me. There's nothing I can do but foul you. But I want to foul you so you don't get the layup, so you don't get the shot that you want. I got to make it difficult. I got to make it hard. And it just hasn't mattered anyway. Just to be honest with my fans, whatever they're doing defensively hasn't mattered. And I'm only saying that because Minnesota is usually a great defensive team. We're not saying that they're not, but it just hasn't worked or mattered that much anyway. And they do have to find a way to be more urgent. They do have to find a way to be more motivated. And they do have to find a way to communicate to say, we got to step it up somehow. We just can't keep following them. We just can't let them get the shots that they want throughout 4 quarters. We have to put our foot down and really play with our heads a little bit more. And if that doesn't work, it's just going to be a 5-game series like I predicted, or it might just be a sweep. There's nothing they can do, man. It just looks like they got beat by a better team. They got beat by a more complete team. They got beat by a team that can throw so many athletic, lanky wing defenders and wing players out at multiple guys. They're making it tough on McDaniels. They're making it tough on Anthony Edwards. They're making it hard on Julius Randle. Mike Conley and these other guys can't make enough shots when they're in the game. They can't even find guys enough to even hurt what the Thunder are doing defensively. And it's just been a mess for them in these 2 games. And if you're going to Minnesota, you're feeling like, well, we know that we can score and we know that we can do certain things. Now we have to find a way to limit what they're doing and try to stop what they're doing. Unless if they don't, it's over. It's over. You know what I mean? But I did feel like the Wolves was a fun team to watch. And I felt like Anthony Edwards did have the right approach. It just didn't work out for them in this game because the Thunder just had a better plan. They did a better job executing their strategy. And overall, they just did a better game overall than what the Timberwolves did. And the Timberwolves, they just need another piece, just to be honest with you. They just need another scorer that they can just say, well, if you double team Ant, boom, we got a guy that can get buckets, layup, mid-range, or a 3. But if they don't get that, they're going to be stuck like Toronto Raptors with Vince Carter, because Anthony Edwards remind me a lot of Vince Carter. He loves to take that 3. He loves to get to the basket and make a shot or make a dunk, and he can get to the free throw line because of his aggressiveness. It works, but if you don't have nobody that you can rely on when you get rid of that ball, then you're going to be in trouble. Like Julius Randle showed out in game 1, and they still came up short. Anthony Edwards played really good in this game, but it wasn't enough because nobody else could really make enough shots or enough plays. So they're in trouble. And like anytime you go down 0-2 and it looks ugly the way that you went down 0-2 by getting blown out first 2 games, and it always looked like you're doing well and you think you got everything figured out, and then comes the defense, and then comes that next step of we hit the switch. Now we're not playing with y'all no more. It just a switch that the Timberwolves just don't have right now. They're just going out there doing the best they can, and it's just not enough to be able to beat a team like the Thunder. And that's all we really been seeing so far in this series is one team can go to another gear and one team is stuck on automatic. This is all we can do. This is all we can give. And this is what we're going to have to do as much as we can. And if it don't work, adios amigo. And that's how I can be sometimes. That's how I can be. But it's reality right now in this series. Other than that, Comment, like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell for more analysis. If you're new to the channel, I do conversation videos just like that in various different NBA only topics. Also do breakdowns of real footage of legends, current legends, rookies, and also future stars. Also do mock draft and draft coverage. So if you love that type of stuff, this is the channel for you, and you will love it and you will enjoy it. Plus, I got over 3,000 plus videos already on my channel right now that you can watch and you can enjoy and be happy with the content that I make, and also make videos basically every day that I'm living that you can watch and enjoy for basically free at this point, and that's a good thing. So all I can say is hope you guys had a good day. Hope you guys enjoying the grind. The weekend is basically here as fast as that can be already. Let's continue to try to make 2025 a better year than 2015. That's the only goal of this channel. Remember, that's the 50-50 reason why this channel is still around, because you guys love what I make and what I continue to do on this channel, and that gives y'all something to watch entertaining wise, and y'all love basketball just like I do, and it makes sense for me to continue to make content if y'all gonna continue to watch. So it makes sense for me to continue to go on with that. Other than that, y'all stay blessed up. Hope you guys can continue to have the positivity things that y'all need to have mentality wise to conquer the days, the weeks, the months, and the years that y'all live in. And just remember, just try to reach your goals and set new goals as much as you can, to keep having something to look forward to, and keep your mind off, the bull crap that we can get into when we have too much free time. Other than that, I'm gone for now. Thank you for that. Thanks for the love. Thanks for the support. Thank y'all for appreciating the content for what it is on this channel. I really enjoy making videos for you guys. And other than that, I'm gone for now. Peace out. See y'all tomorrow. Hopefully, if it's God will for me to see y'all, and God will for me to see that day throughout it, to be able to give y'all a new video, then the next one will come out. Other than that, I'm gone for now. Peace out. Y'all stay blessed up.